Lesson 9, Oracle Data Guard Broker Overview. From Lesson 9, we're going to discuss Oracle Data Guard Broker, Data Guard Management. And this is the first lesson of Oracle Data Guard Broker. And later on, we will discuss how to create Data Guard Broker configuration and also how to monitor Data Guard configuration. So let's start with the overview lesson. After completing this lesson, you should be able to describe Data Guard Broker architecture and Data Guard Broker component, and also what are the benefits of a Data Guard Broker, and also what is the most common configuration of a Data Guard Broker, and also other configurations, and how to simplify Data Guard Broker usage using Enterprise Manager, and how to invoke Data Guard Broker command line interface to manage your Data Guard configuration. So these are the topics. Oracle Data Guard Broker is a distributed management framework. So once you create Data Guard Broker configuration, you can manage Data Guard component, which include the primary database and also standby database and snapshot standby database, logical standby, physical standby database, and even instances through Data Guard Broker, the Data Guard Broker management framework. In order to use a Data Guard Broker, you can use DGMGRL, that's command line interface, or this Data Guard Broker integrated with the Enterprise Manager. So through Enterprise Manager, you can also perform same task. So let's take a look at Data Guard Broker component. In the client side, we as administrator, we can start Enterprise Manager, and under database homepage, you navigate to availability menu and Data Guard administration page. So in Enterprise Manager, give you Data Guard Broker interface. And also another option is Data Guard Broker command line interface. So you can just type DGMGRL and username and password, and also net service name. So you can connect to primary database or standby database and other component registered in the Data Guard Broker configuration to perform Data Guard management. And also in the server side, there's a DMON process. This DMON process communicate each other. So you will have a DMON process running out of a primary and DMON process running out of a standby databases. And also DMON process uses configuration file to manage Data Guard configuration. So DMON process is a core process that must be running to use a Data Guard Broker management framework. And also this DMON process, it works with the Enterprise Manager agent. In the server where the agent is installed, agent communicate with the database DMON process to collect Data Guard Broker information. So we can use command line interface and also Enterprise Manager to manage a Data Guard configuration. So let's take a look at the most common configuration in the Data Guard environment. The most common configuration is having one primary database, one standby database, two-site Data Guard configuration. This is the most common case. But as an option, and also based on your requirement, you can add more component. In our practice environment, we will add Boston FARSync, which we discussed, and also London FARSync. So that way, Boston database should transport redo to Boston FARSync synchronously, and a Boston FARSync instance transport redo to final destination asynchronously. Okay, so this is the one possible configuration. In the data guard broker management model, as you can see here, we can manage multiple standby databases. So in order to manage a primary database and standby databases using data guard broker management framework, the first thing what we have to do is we have to create data guard broker configuration. It is a logical group of primary and standby databases and also FARSync instance. So when you create data guard broker configuration, you must register primary database as a mandatory member. And also, you can add one or more standby databases. You can add up to 30 standby or 30 FARSync, or combination of a standby and FARSync up to 30 components. So your primary database can communicate with up to 30 physical standby, logical standby, or FARSync instances within the configuration. To do so, we have to start DMON process in the primary database, and the other component as well, we start DMON process. So DMON process communicate each other. In the server where primary or standby databases are running, you can also install Oracle Management Agent. By doing so, you can connect to Enterprise Manager Cloud Control to view same information through GUI interface as well. So let's take a look at architecture. So from the client side, client can use Enterprise Manager Cloud Control, or client use DGMGRL Data Guard Broker command line interface. So through the Data Guard Broker interface, the first thing what we have to do is we have to create a Data Guard Broker configuration. And then we can actually register primary database and standby databases. In the primary database, we have online reader logs and standby reader logs and archived reader logs. And also in the standby database, we have a standby database and also a log apply service, and also standby reader log file, online redo, archive redo. Very important part is using init parameter. You will need to start DMON process, and DMON process also must be running out of a standby database as well. So this DMON process work together to manage members of a data guard broker configuration. So management policy all recorded in the configuration files. So using this configuration file, you can control reader transfer service. You can also control reader apply service. So you can actually manage data guard broker configuration by changing configuration file content. Actually, you can run DGMGRL command to modify configuration files, or you can use Enterprise Manager as well. So let's just take a look at a little more detail on DMON process. DMON process is just like any other background processes. It's a server-side background process, and it's a part of a database instance because it is a background process. When you create data guard broker configuration, as a prerequisite, you must start DMON process. Okay, that's a requirement. when you attempt to create data guard broker configuration without, before starting DMON process, then data guard broker will complain it. Your DMON process not yet available, something like that. And DMON process, it performs the requested functions and monitors the resource. And this DMON process communicates with other DMON processes. And also it updates configuration file. And also DMON process, it creates DRC trace file in the diagnostic directory. And also when you run the command through the data guard broker command line interface, then corresponding init parameter also will get updated automatically. So DMON process does lots of operations. So I'm going to show you DMON process in my demo environment, and I will show you a couple more things. Okay, so I located my demo environment. So let me show you here. Okay, so now I'm in the data guard, the data guard slide. So I briefly show you the DMON process and also each trace information. And also benefit of using data guard broker. It's very clear. When I cover the snapshot standby database, I showed how to convert physical standby database to snapshot standby database, how to convert it back to physical standby database. That time, in the demonstration part, I only issued one command to convert to physical, to convert it to the snapshot standby, to convert it back to physical standby. And as a part of a practice activity, you probably tested using SQL command, and you saw that there are a couple of steps that must be done manually. And also with the SQL command, you have to be in the specific database to run the right command. But with the data guard broker, you can connect to any members in the data guard broker configuration, and you can run the command to manage any member in the data guard broker configuration. So it provides a centralized management, and also it's easier to manage because the single command performs multiple tasks. And in order to use a data guard broker, you will have to use Oracle Net Service, so that way we can connect to appropriate database and to perform requested task. And also, data guard broker include a built-in validation. So in lesson 13, I will show you how to validate the component of a data guard broker. So this page giving you very good summary with the broker, without the broker. General, with the broker, you manage the entire databases as one. Without the broker, you must connect to each database to perform primary database task, standby database task, and so on. And also, creation of a standby database, you can use Enterprise Manager, or you can use Enterprise Manager, but without data guard broker, you must create files manually. And also configuration and management. You're gonna configure and manage from single interface. However, without the broker, you have to set up services manually for each database. And monitoring. You can monitor data guard broker configuration and its members continuously. And also, if you integrate data guard broker command line interface with the Enterprise Manager, then we can easily monitor data guard configuration through GUI interface. However, without broker, you can monitor each database through individual views. That's too much work. And also control, invoke row transition with a single command. And we're going to see this. And also, in order to switch over, in order to failover, in order to convert, you will have to run multiple commands in the specific order, in the specific location of a database. That's too much work. So, in general, usage of a data guard broker is a lot better way to manage data guard configuration. So from the administrator point of view, we can use a command line interface as a good option to start data guard broker, the command line interface and also command. And also you can use a GUI interface that is integrated with data guard broker command line interface. And here are the list of list of init parameters that can be controlled by data guard broker. When you modify the value of these init parameters, it's a good idea to modify through data guard broker command line interface, because DMON process can modify not only data guard broker configuration file based on the command issued, and also the data guard broker process also can update SP file accordingly. However, when you update these init parameters through the alter system set command at the database level, then data guard broker doesn't know about the changes made to Oracle database. So, in order to simplify your process, use data guard broker command line interface and modify these parameters. So, changes to data guard broker will be propagated to SP file automatically. So you can simplify init parameter management. So after you create data guard broker configuration, you can get into data guard broker interface, and you can run configuration. So you can run show configuration command. It shows you what is your configuration name, what is the data protection mode, in this case maximum performance, what is the primary database, what is the far sync instance, and also what is the physical logical standby database. One thing what you have to know here is the indentation, it indicates how redo is transported. Boston transport to next level component, which is a Boston far sync. Boston far sync, it transport redo to next level component, which is a London and London 2. So Boston far sync, it transport redo to two different standby databases. And you can also use Enterprise Manager. Enterprise Manager Data Guard Administration page. So in this case, you can view the status of a status of a data guard configuration. You can also view primary database, in this case Boston database. You can also view physical standby database, in this case London, and you can also view standby database progress summary, transport lag and apply lag kind of information. And benefit of using Enterprise Manager. When you compare to SQL command, there are a lot of benefits. But when you compare with the data guard broker command line interface, I see one major thing. You don't have to remember data guard broker command. So that's the only thing. And also, Enterprise Manager can give you graphical information. So it's easier to understand overall health of a data guard configuration. And that's a major thing. And also, which tools are used to interface with the data guard broker? We can use DGMGRL, A, and we can also use an enterprise manager to work with the data guard broker. And also, it is necessary to manage standby databases with the data guard broker framework. It is necessary. No, it is even though it is a strong recommendation, but that's not requirement. You can still use SQL Plus to manage the data guard configuration as well. So you have a SQL Plus option. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back to demo environment. I will show you a couple more things. Okay, so I'm in the demo environment right now. So let's do this way. I can do DGMGRL, hit enter. So I can get into data guard broker command line interface. And I can also type help command, so it will show you commands that are supported. So I can execute the data guard broker script file. I can use a host command. I can use a / to repeat the last command, just like a SQL Plus. I can add a member. I can also connect. I can also convert. I can create data guard broker configuration. For example, if you haven't created a data guard broker configuration, then you will run this command, create configuration name, and then you have to register mandatory component, which is a primary database. Once you create data guard broker configuration with the one component, which is a primary database, after that point you can add a database. So you can add standby database, in this case, add recovery appliance, add a database, and also add a file sync. So that's what you can do. So you can do many things. And also, after you create data guard broker configuration, you can type show configuration. So it will show you not logged on message, meaning that I got into data guard broker command line interface, but I haven't connected to DMON. In the Boston, DMON running out of London too, DMON running out of London, we haven't connected. So what you have to do is, you will have to connect to, so I will use a sys data guard user, and I can just use this without net service name, meaning that I connect to Boston database because I made a local connection. The best practice is you can log in locally in this way, but this is not recommended way to log in. The reason is, when you perform data guard broker specific operation, and data guard broker operation may require remote connection. For example, when you do switchover and when you do failover, when you convert the snapshot standby database to physical standby database, restarting up of a database is required. However, you made a local authentication. So how would you restart remote component? So the best practice is you will have to make a remote connection when you get into data guard broker command line interface. So sys dg oracle _4u at Boston. Or you can connect to sysdg oracle _4u at London. So you can actually connect to Boston database and London database, London 2 database from single location because it is a distributed management framework. Unlike a SQL Plus, I don't have to be in each database instance to do specific operation. So this can give us a better management benefit because I can be anywhere anywhere in the data guard configuration to run command. So that's what you can see. This is a short demonstration. So in this lesson, lesson 9, I briefly went over data guard broker configuration, and also data guard broker management interface, and also data guard broker architecture. In the next lesson, we're going to discuss a little more detail. I will introduce how to create data guard broker configuration, how to register physical standby database, and how to register other component as well. And that's what we're going to discuss. So we will learn more command through data guard broker command line interface. This is a lesson 9.